The old grandfather clock in the corner of the dimly lit room struck midnight, its chime reverberating through the desolate house. A gust of cold wind seeped through the cracks in the walls, causing the candles to flicker and cast eerie, dancing shadows on the peeling wallpaper. It was here, in this forsaken mansion on the outskirts of a forgotten town, that the first of the time loops began. Dr. Samuel Langley, a brilliant but reclusive scientist, had long been obsessed with the mysteries of time and the nature of reality. He believed he had made a groundbreaking discovery, one that could change the course of human understanding, and he had chosen this isolated place for his experiments. With the eerie ticking of the clock as his backdrop, Dr. Langley embarked on an experiment that would shroud his life in darkness. He stood before an intricate apparatus of gears, cogs, and mysterious crystals, which he believed could unlock the secrets of time manipulation. His first attempt at altering time was a reckless plunge into the unknown. He adjusted the machinery, the room pulsating with an eerie, otherworldly energy. For a moment, it felt as though the very fabric of reality was bending, contorting around him. But then, with a blinding flash of light and a deafening roar, the room returned to its previous state. Dr. Langley found himself back at the beginning, facing the same old clock as it struck midnight. A shiver coursed through his spine as he realized he was trapped in an endless loop. Every time the clock's chimes echoed, the world reset, and the events that followed played out with a chilling familiarity. Each repetition led to increasingly sinister outcomes, as if the loop itself were growing malevolent, bending the nature of time to its own dark design. In the subsequent iterations, Dr. Langley witnessed his own descent into madness. His reflection in the cracked mirror revealed the slow erasure of his sanity, the lines of worry etched deeper into his face with each passing cycle. He tried desperately to warn his future selves, scrawling frantic notes and messages that littered the room, but it was as if the loop conspired against him, trapping each iteration in a spiral of despair. The house itself seemed to grow more malevolent with each reset. The walls closed in, the shadows deepened, and the air grew thick with foreboding. Ghostly apparitions haunted the corners of the room, their eyes like hollow voids, and whispered tormenting secrets into Dr. Langley's ears. The loop became a relentless nightmare from which he could not awaken. He watched as his experiments went awry, leading to grotesque aberrations that clawed their way out of the machinery. He saw his own blood on his hands, shed in the desperate attempts to escape the inexorable cycle. Driven to the brink of despair, Dr. Langley began to believe that he was not alone in this torment, that there were others trapped in this same nightmarish loop. He would glimpse their spectral forms, their eyes filled with the same sense of hopelessness that consumed him. With each cycle, the apparitions grew more powerful and malevolent. They tormented him with cruel visions of his past, present, and future, showing him the consequences of his obsession with time manipulation. They whispered tales of eternity and the void that awaited those who dared to meddle with the delicate threads of reality. In one particularly harrowing iteration, Dr. Langley witnessed his own demise. He saw himself reduced to a mere specter, a prisoner of the endless loop, forever entangled in its suffocating embrace. The once brilliant scientist, now a mere shadow of his former self, resolved to break free from the curse that bound him. He knew that the key to his salvation lay in the very experiment that had damned him. With a renewed determination, he began to modify the machinery, hoping to reverse the effects of the time loop. As he worked tirelessly to decipher the mysteries of the apparatus, he uncovered a cryptic message etched into the machinery's brass surface. It was a warning, a message from the past iterations of himself, imploring him to break the cycle by dismantling the device. With trembling hands, Dr. Langley dismantled the intricate apparatus piece by piece. The room quaked, the shadows recoiled, and the loop itself seemed to scream in protest, but he pressed on, knowing that this was his only chance at freedom. As the last cog was removed, time itself seemed to unravel. The room dissolved into blinding white light, and the echoes of the clock's chimes faded into nothingness. Dr. Langley had broken free from the time loop, but at a great cost. The echoes of his torment, the apparitions of his past selves, and the malevolent cycle itself had vanished into the void. He was left alone in the decaying room, the flickering candles casting elongated shadows that whispered of the horrors he had witnessed. Dr. Langley had unlocked the secrets of time, only to be ensnared by the unyielding darkness of the never-ending loop. As the first rays of dawn filtered through the tattered curtains, he knew that the terrors he had unleashed could never truly be banished. The time loop had ended, but its mark on his soul was indelible. The secrets he had sought were now lost, forever entangled in the enigmatic mysteries of time and the abyss of his own regrets. In the aftermath of his escape from the time loop, Dr. Samuel Langley's life had become a shadowed existence. The mansion, once a place of daring experiments, had transformed into a forsaken sanctuary, a sanctuary haunted by the echoes of his past and the unfathomable mysteries of time. The clock in the corner had stopped ticking, forever frozen at midnight, a chilling reminder of the nightmarish cycle he had broken free from. Dr. Langley, bearing the weight of his experiences, had become a recluse, unable to escape the trauma that had enveloped him. The echoes of the time loop still reverberated in his mind, like a discordant melody that refused to be silenced. He often found himself transported back to the room, standing before the intricate apparatus, the malevolent whispers of the apparitions still haunting him. He yearned to understand the enigmatic forces he had tampered with, to decipher the secrets of time and the price he had paid. In the depths of his obsession, Dr. Langley discovered an old diary, one that he had seemingly penned in a previous iteration of the time loop. The diary contained cryptic entries that hinted at the existence of a hidden realm, a place beyond the scope of human comprehension, where the threads of time converged. Desperate for answers, he began to study the diary's enigmatic contents, unearthing references to a legendary tome, the Chronicle of Eternity. This ancient forbidden text was said to contain the knowledge of time itself, the key to manipulating reality and transcending the boundaries of existence. Driven by an insatiable curiosity and a desire to understand the nature of the time loop, Dr. Langley embarked on a perilous journey. He sought out whispers and legends that led him to a hidden library, a repository of forgotten knowledge located in the heart of a labyrinthine city that existed on the fringes of reality. The city was a place where the laws of time and space, warped and twisted, where ancient beings known as the Watchers of the Abyss guarded the secrets of the Chronicle of Eternity. These enigmatic guardians existed beyond the constraints of time, and their motives were as inscrutable as the passage of the eons. As Dr. Langley delved deeper into the city, he encountered surreal landscapes where time flowed in paradoxical directions and buildings shifted like living entities. The city itself was a reflection of the time loop he had once endured, a place where past, present, and future coexisted in perpetual chaos. With each step, he felt the weight of time itself pressing upon him, as if the very fabric of reality were attempting to discourage his pursuit. But he pressed on, resolute in his determination to uncover the secrets of the Chronicle of Eternity and the nature of the time loop that had ensnared him. The library, hidden in the darkest recesses of the city, was a vast repository of knowledge with shelves that stretched into eternity. Dr. Langley searched for the forbidden tome among the tomes and manuscripts, each whispering its own secrets and temptations. He could feel the watchful eyes of the Watchers of the Abyss upon him, their shadowy forms observing his every move. After days of relentless searching, he finally discovered the Chronicle of Eternity. Its pages were bound in the skin of an otherworldly creature, and its script was written in a language that transcended human comprehension. Dr. Langley, driven by a reckless determination, began to decipher the text, unearthing ancient incantations and rituals that promised to reveal the mysteries of time. With trembling hands, he conducted the forbidden ritual, invoking the power of the Chronicle of Eternity. As he chanted the incantations, the room seemed to warp and distort, and the very walls of reality began to fracture. In a blinding burst of light, Dr. Langley found himself transported to a realm beyond human comprehension. It was a place where the boundaries of time and space dissolved, where past, present, and future converged in a swirling maelstrom of chaos. Amidst the tumultuous tempest of existence, he encountered the Watchers of the Abyss, enigmatic beings who were the eternal guardians of the chronicle of eternity. They regarded him with an intensity that transcended the limitations of human perception. Their eyes like endless voids that peered into the depths of his soul. The Watchers offered Dr. Langley a choice that would determine the course of his destiny. He could continue his pursuit of knowledge, venturing further into the enigmatic realm of the Chronicle of Eternity, but the price would be his very humanity. Alternatively, he could return to the fragmented reality he had known, forever haunted by the echoes of the time loop. Torn between the allure of infinite knowledge and the shadows of his past, Dr. Langley made his decision. He chose to return to the Forsaken Mansion, to the clock that had struck midnight for eternity, carrying with him the weight of the time loop and the secrets that remained elusive. The echoes of the forgotten realm would forever linger in his mind, a constant reminder of the choices he had made and the boundaries of human understanding. Dr. Samuel Langley, a man once driven by the pursuit of knowledge, had now become a prisoner of the mysteries of time, ensnared in a never-ending cycle of existence and contemplation. Dr. Samuel Langley returned to the Forsaken Mansion, his mind a maelstrom of conflicting emotions. The choices he had made in the enigmatic realm of the Chronicle of Eternity weighed heavily on his conscience, their implications a source of torment. As he stepped into the dimly lit room where the time loop had once entrapped him, the old grandfather clock stood silent. It was no longer frozen at midnight, and for the first time the chime of the clock was absent. The room felt like a mere echo of its former self, a place that had borne witness to the dark experiments and the unending cycle of despair. Dr. Langley's return marked a new beginning, a chance to confront the mysteries that had long eluded him. The enigmatic realm he had visited had left its mark, a deeper understanding of the nature of time and existence. With renewed determination, he embarked on a journey of exploration, seeking to unlock the secrets that had remained shrouded in darkness. The experiments that followed were a testament to his relentless pursuit of knowledge. He modified the apparatus that had once ensnared him in the time loop, refining its mechanisms and uncovering new possibilities. The room was once again filled with the eerie pulsations of the machinery, a symphony of gears and cogs that whispered of the enigmatic forces at play. Each iteration of his experiments unveiled a fragment of the elusive truth, a glimpse into the intricacies of time manipulation. He observed how events could be altered, how the past could be revisited, and how the boundaries of reality could be stretched to their limits. But the deeper he delved into the mysteries of time, the more he realized the profound consequences of his actions. The alterations he made to the fabric of time had far-reaching effects, leading to increasingly sinister outcomes. The world itself seemed to fracture, with echoes of past iterations of the time loop bleeding into the present. In one experiment, he witnessed the emergence of nightmarish creatures that had been conjured from the depths of time's abyss. These grotesque abominations were the embodiment of his own fears and regrets, a manifestation of the darkness that lurked within his soul. In another iteration, he encountered apparitions of his past selves, each iteration bearing the weight of the choices and consequences that had shaped his existence. They whispered tales of the enigmatic realm he had visited, offering cryptic insights into the nature of time and the power that lay within the Chronicle of Eternity. As the experiments continued, Dr. Langley found himself caught in a spiral of paradoxes and contradictions. He became entangled in a web of alternate realities where the boundaries of time no longer held sway. It was a realm where past, present, and future converged in a tumultuous maelstrom, a place beyond the comprehension of mortal minds. The apparitions that haunted him grew increasingly malevolent, their eyes like hollow voids that peered into the depths of his soul. They whispered of eternal torment and the consequences of tampering with the delicate threads of time. Dr. Langley, once driven by the pursuit of knowledge, now grappled with the weight of his own hubris. He had become a prisoner of the enigma he sought to unravel, a puppet of time's capricious design. In a moment of clarity, he realized that he could no longer escape the echoes of the time loop, that the choices he had made had forever altered the course of his existence. The enigmatic realm of the Chronicle of Eternity remained beyond his grasp, a place that defied human understanding. With a heavy heart, he dismantled the apparatus one final time, ending the experiments that had plunged him into the abyss of time. The room fell silent, and the echoes of the clock's chime ceased to reverberate. Dr. Samuel Langley, a man consumed by the pursuit of knowledge, had now become a prisoner of time itself. As he stood in the room, the memories of the time loop and the enigmatic realm faded, leaving him with a profound sense of solitude. The choices he had made, the mysteries he had uncovered, and the enigmas that had eluded him were now a part of his eternal existence. The mansion, once a place of dark experiments and unending cycles, stood as a testament to the limits of human understanding. The shadows of the past continued to linger, a reminder that some mysteries could never truly be unraveled and that the pursuit of knowledge could lead to a fate of eternal enigma. Dr. Samuel Langley, forever marked by the echoes of the time loop, now existed as a solitary figure in a world that defied the boundaries of time and space. The enigma of his existence would remain an eternal mystery, a testament to the enduring allure of the unknown and the consequences of tampering with the delicate threads of time.